USWNT versus Canada, USA soccer players to watch as Emma Hayes continues player pool experimentation. The Americans face off against Canada on Wednesday night, looking to remain perfect this summer. The U.S. women's national team will close out their summer friendlies with some extra sizzle on Wednesday. The squad is coming off a pair of dominating wins against Ireland, each game a 4-0 victory, ahead of their regional battle against longtime CONCACAF rivals, Canada. While the 8 goals scored across 2 games brought excitement, Canada will pose different challenges against a younger USWNT roster that is eager to leave an impression on the coaching staff, with the stakes higher than the previous 6 months of the year. This will be the 67th all-time meeting between the two nations, and the storylines around this upcoming match aren't just about who will line up against USA's neighbors to the north, but how the last 6 months of player debuts and breakthroughs have reshaped the core of the USWNT player pool moving forward. Following the game against Canada, the USWNT will next gather during international windows in the fall. That's roughly 13 months from the November 2026 CONCACAF W Championship, which serves as FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers for the region. There's plenty to prove for players hopeful to be part of the team's plans, moving toward the 2027-28 cycle. So let's take a look at who is trending upward to stick around and who might need a final test against Canada to determine their stake among the pool. There's an argument to be made about how generational turnover has helped reshape the USWNT with massive amounts of player retirements over the last 2 years, combined with new head coach Emma Hayes, and a staff prepared to meet the moment by tearing the Band-Aid off completely and heal stronger since their historic 2023 World Cup elimination. A 2024 Olympic gold medal has put the USWNT back on top of the podiums and rankings, but 2025 has been a year of player pool expansion and experimentation, with several members of the gold medal squad largely unavailable for selection for the last 6 months. The attacking line of triple espresso with Sophia Wilson, Mallory Swanson, and Trinity Rodman has not been with the squad for nearly the entirety of 2025. Rodman featured in camps against Brazil, but has since been ruled out with no timetable for return as she manages a lingering back injury. Meanwhile, Wilson and Swanson are away on maternity leave and are not expected to return this year. Outside of Hayes' ideal forward trio, there are defender Naomi Germa and midfielder Rose Lavelle, who each returned to the roster in May and June respectively. There have been plenty of new additions with so many regulars unavailable for selection, and 2 blowout wins against an injured Ireland mean another measuring stick is needed, so Canada is the perfect choice. The regional rivals' physical, hardened resolve, and battle-tested players offer the ultimate stress test. Emma Hayes has been transparent about narrowing down her expanded pool of players to a select core of players following the summer window. It's part of the larger timetable for the coaching staff and the build-up to the 2027-28 cycle. Some players this year have only been part of the senior national team program for 6 months, while others have been with the group since last fall. The reality is spots on a roster for 3rd, 4th, or 5th options outside of an ideal starting 11 are at play, and Canada is an optimal test for players competing for those depth positions. Here are 5 players we want to see get the start against Canada on Wednesday. The outside back has been impressive across her 5 appearances with the USWNT. Her efforts against China in May were an improvement after first-time minutes against Brazil in April. And her start against Ireland came with her first national team goal. While Hayes was complimentary of the fullback's improvement and her listening skills, she also noted the need for Patterson to be tested defensively. She'll get that against Canada.